But if something's if it just feels wrong, I'm still going to challenge it. And I think that we just have to know that this is the world we're in, and if an officer has a negative agenda for you, fortunately, the impunity offered by our system will allow them to carry it out.
But I have a comment towards that. I think as African Americans particularly, and people of color or people outside the mainstream of America, the very fact, and that's been my whole, as a stay-at-home mom, trying to raise kids, even dealing with the educational system, and I'm gonna just put it out here, this is not who I am, but this is the word that's been used. It's because we live in a racist society, and we have to start talking about it. White women have to start talking about it to your children, and white fathers, you need to start talking about this to your children, because I am not white, I'm black. But I think for me, and I relate to you, is the narrative for me is when I escalate this to a supervisor or I escalate this to your boss, the anger of it, because I've been chased around South High School, okay, as a mother of a dyslexic child, trying to just make sure he's okay. It's a how dare you miss it. You got out of your place. You don't know your place. Get back. And that's the way I felt. You don't know your place. You don't know that, yeah, slavery's over, but you're still a second class citizen. Sit back down and get in the back of the bus. And that's how I really, really feel.
No, I think that that's the truth. We have to have an understanding that charged topics are in every component of our lives, day in and day out. There's going to be some opportunity for just that. You can't expect people, or you can, and then we do it day in and day out. We are always advocating as an oppressed group about things that we experience day in and day out. And recently, only in the past couple of years, has it gained this national momentum. But that's exactly true. You have to take what you're learning, and you have to approach it through a lens of not only empathy but actually listening to these narratives and bring them back to your circles and challenge these kinds of things, because that's true. There is an expectation of the way in normative society of how black people are going to act, the way that we're going to think, the way that we're going to behave in public, and we're going to carry ourselves. And these types of ideologies have already been forecasted into the psyche of administration, of law enforcement, all of these power political overseers who are in our day-to-day lives, whether that's our mayor or our boss at work. And I think that now we are in a position to really start challenging the very fabric of this country. And this is where we're at because this is what it's been built on. And it's just now coming to, like, these are still growing pains of slavery that we're seeing in every low-income arena around this country. And you're absolutely right. We have to bring these from a circle like this diverse think tank that we have right here, and we have to take these into our other avenues and our other lenses of life, and we have to stand strong for each other because we are all impacted by these types of instances. But I totally agree.
It's so hard.
Is there one right here?
I'll pass. I'll let
Are
somebody
you
else.
sure?
Yep.
Okay, into that.
I just wanted to thank you so much for being here tonight. I think you have propelled a really important discussion that'll lead to action, so I want you to know that. And I can't imagine what it's like to re-traumatize yourself over and over again. And so I just, like, what keeps you going every day? How are you maintaining this sense of resilience and hope and beauty to be able to give yourself the way you are?
Honestly, I think this is, it's difficult to relive this. There also, a while back, I understood the therapeutic component that being able to voice a personal narrative has for people and humans. It's a healing mechanism, and other avenues of work that I do involve theater, spoken word, and these other areas. I work closely with a group called the Romero Troupe, and we do organic theater as a form of organizing and activism. and understanding that everyone has a personal narrative and everybody's personal story is impactful and powerful. But for me, this has been what I've been able to do with my narrative is something that most people who suffer these types of violence will never get to do. Most people who suffer at the hands of injustice will never get to do. And I feel like there's a bit of a responsibility now, not just because of what I've been able to do with my narrative, but because I'm conscious to these types of behaviors in our society and these types of institutions that have been used to keep us down. And I think whenever I can bring someone else to the forefront to tell their own narrative, it's rewarding to see people empower themselves. And sometimes that's all it takes is for somebody to see somebody else do it first, and then it's just let them do their thing and flourish. And that's rewarding for me. And I don't see, I mean, in my travels around the country and around the world, enough people stepping up after they experience injustice, because that's the great thing about oppression and injustice is it keeps people subservient in life. That's why it's been working so well for so long. We need to all rise. And when other people do it, it helps and it fuels this passion.
Don't forget to take them home.
Love
Love your babies tonight.
About the child care providers upstairs are part of a Spanish-speaking co-op of child care providers through El Centro de Humanitario. I'd love to talk to you more about their amazing work. And I think we have some information. So if you're looking for any kind of child care provision, like me at the very last minute, let me know. Let me know, and just be sure to thank everyone as you grab your kids, because they're amazing, amazing.
Yeah,
Thanks. Here, give her. I'm gonna go up to help us.
Talk to your kids.